All right, I'm going to walk through the process on how to do a travel log. This is just for day one, we'll say. It's the same process, but I'm going to pick different spots depending on the day and depending on what your travel instructions are going to be for those days. But everything's probably going to follow this same process. So I'm going to start off, and I know that one of my routes, my scenic routes, we'll say it will start in St. Peter. You'll start from wherever it is you ended the day prior. So I'll start in St. Peter, and I know that I need to go through and I need to find three spots to eat that can't be chain restaurants. And I'm going to end off. We'll say that I'm traveling 5 counties today. I'll go super far, and I'll head up north. So I'm going to start in St. Peter, and I'm going to begin to look at restaurants. And I know they can't be chains, and so if there's more than one or two of them, that kind of indicates that things are a chain. Now, there are two River Rocks. River Rock is in Mankato as well, but that's not going to be the same type of chain as perhaps Caribou, Dunkin', and Subway, which would be, international. They're everywhere. So I'm going to go through somewhere for breakfast. Maybe I can pick my price and I can change on the filter section. We can go through. We want something to be open, and I'm going to feel something. I want to spend as little money as possible. And let's go for something that would be maybe a 4-star or higher. And we'll see what we can do. The Nicolette Cafe. So I'm going to click the Nicolette Cafe. We'll see if there is a website available. There is. So I'm going to go to the website and I'm looking for something for breakfast. Now, this brings me to Facebook, which is a little bit of an issue here on a school computer for you. But I can pull up my menu and see what might be good for breakfast. Ooh, an omelet. So I'm going to start off. I will do. The skillet sounds good too. Done. The Opa omelet with hash brown. So on my travel log, I'm going to say I started in St. Peter. Breakfast, I went to the Nicolette Cafe and ordered the Opa omelet. How in the world? Nailed it. The Opa omelet. Oh, no, spelled that one wrong. It was great. Omelet's such a weird word. Is that really right? That doesn't seem right. Omelette. What world is that? Omelette. That's still not right. Why is it telling me that? Weird. Omelettetes. 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 I ordered the Opa omelets. It was great. Ah, what is happening here? Perhaps. No, that's right. Okay, whatever. It was great. And then I got to put down the cost. It cost me the total cost for an omelet with hash browns $8.99. So it cost me $sign $8.99 because I ordered the hash browns too. Sweet. Now I can go off and I can close my cafe. But instead of starting in St. Peter now, I need to start from this Nicolette Cafe. So I'm going to click my directions button and we'll go through. I need to go all the way out. We're going to have it be a super big trip. And this is a longer trip than I'm sure anybody would take on your own experience because it's going to be really, really far. But we'll just say we're going to go all the way up. How about Alexandria? I don't know that I've ever been to Alexandria. Whoa. Let's do the quickest route. It doesn't really matter here. There we go. I'm going to pick this route. And on the way, I'm going to see if there's anything that I'd want to do. Maybe, nope, nothing that's going to pop up from Google. So the next thing I can say is I drove 2 hours, 15 minutes, 2 hours and 50 minutes to Alexandria, Minnesota. Now I need to find a meal or item for here. Along the way, I could click rest stops too, because maybe I'm not going to drive that whole way. I like to kind of stop and go for a run. So I might add that. I'm going to go to Darwin Winter Park rest area, and I can use the little tiny Google guide to drop in and see. I'm going to talk about what it looks like. So I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to see just what that might look like. There's my little yellow person. So I'm going to pop in. Often Google doesn't go all the way through here, but they might go on this Highway 12. They do. So I'm going to go drop my little guy, which means I can look to see what this park would be like. Oh, I bet I could enjoy a picnic here. I'm going to add that into my thing. Along the way, I stopped at Dassel for a visit to the Darwin Winter Rest area. In order to make a copy of my route, I'm going to figure this whole trip, and along the way, I can click this hamburger, share. Now I can copy this link. I can go back into my document, and I can say along the way, I'm going to highlight this part. This is what I'd like to make as my map, or perhaps it's the drove 2 hours, somewhere here to demonstrate that I'm going. Drove 2 hours. I'm going to take, and I'm going to press Control K. That brings a link. Control, still holding that, V. And now when I paste that, it's created a hyperlink. So I can click this, and my map will appear, and it will show me exactly the route taken. Pretty awesome. In order to keep going with this, you're going to follow those same steps. You'll repeat them for breakfast, lunch, dinner each day, as well as whatever the daily requirement is. Visiting X amount of towns, visiting a certain activity location, or visiting a certain natural feature. Your day papers will tell you what those requirements are, but it's going to be the same style. The next thing that I would do then, because I left from Nicollet and I'm going to now leave from Alexandria. So from Alexandria, I would put in to the next location, right? And maybe that would bring me to Staples. And in Staples, I can go through and I can copy, paste, create that same link. I can also close this up, zoom in on Staples, press search this area. I can look for some items. Maybe I don't want to find any restaurants. We'll clear that. Google will helpfully recommend, if I'm ending my trip here around Staples, I'll click and I can see cost of items. So I'm only doing this for the one person, right? Even though there might be more than one in a group, we're only doing this for the one. So this would be $75 for this hotel. You can click as you go through, but some of them are going to demand a login. We don't want to create any account. I'm not going to be able to see a price for holiday lettings without creating an account, and we're not going to want to do that. Awesome. That's how to do the process of finding how to go somewhere along the way. You can find a restaurant. That's also how to find a hotel. Also how to use that little tiny yellow person. Perfect.